Let's dive into the legal questions around the recent U.S. operation in Venezuela. So, picture this, January 3rd, 2026. Something pretty dramatic happens in the skies over Caracas. U.S. forces conducted an operation and captured President Nicolas Maduro and his wife. Which brings us to the huge question, was this even legal under international law?
All right, Section 1. To figure this out, we've got to start with a super fundamental rule.
It's what's called a just Kogan's norm, basically a super rule that can't ever be broken.
And the UN Charter is crystal clear about this. No ambiguity whatsoever. Now, there are only two, and I mean only two, exceptions to this rule.
And guess what? Neither one applied here. No authorization and no attack on the U.S.
Okay, Section 2. So the use of force rule was broken, but that's not all. It's this idea that every state is equal and gets to run its own show, no outside meddling.
And the world's highest court? Yeah, it's been really firm on this non-interference thing.
This isn't the first time, though. There's a pattern of these kinds of controversial interventions. So on to Section 3. How could the U.S. possibly try to justify this? Let's look.
One argument is humanitarian aid, but the law says that needs UN approval, not solo action.
In fact, the court has already shot down this exact kind of argument before.
Okay, what about intervention by invitation? Well, it really matters who's doing the inviting.
Right, Section 4. The justifications don't hold up. So, what happens now?
Well, international law has a pretty clear three-step playbook for fixing this kind of mess.
The problem? A UN Security Council resolution isn't going to happen because of the U.S. veto.
So that puts the responsibility on literally every other country in the world.
Basically, other nations are not supposed to recognize any outcome from this illegal act.
The UN's own Secretary General called it a dangerous precedent, and that's a huge deal.
Which leaves us all with a pretty chilling question. Does might just make right?